Hey, how you guys doing? In the first episode, I talked a little bit about love vibrational frequency and what you do with your negative standpoint if you want to change your energy. If you want to change your energy, you fill your heart with a love frequency in order to change your energy immediately. If you're in a bad mood, if you're in a sad mood, if people start to trigger you, then start to fill your heart with love. I had a situation where I wasn't able to do that because of the reaction that I got. A friend of mine upset me, and I couldn't understand why he was being so angry. And so anyway, I can't look at that because he was upset for whatever he was upset about. I can't control that, but what I can control is my reaction time. So if you wait 4 to 6 seconds and you don't react to a negative situation, you're going to change your reaction time. So it's very beneficial to practice observation, no reaction. Something that I could have benefited for many years and I never knew how to. I never knew the secret. I never knew how beneficial it was. And as soon as I started getting into meditation, I started getting into Vipassana meditation on end of March of 2016. And so since March of 2016, I've meditated probably more than hundreds, probably thousands of hours of Vipassana meditation. And Vipassana meditation is a technique started or was rediscovered by Buddha, Gautama Buddha, back 25 centuries ago. It was a meditation technique rediscovered by him, and he taught Vipassana to the people of India. But the story goes that the people of India didn't want to accept this technique because they thought that by using the Vipassana meditation technique that their gods would make them suffer and they would suffer eternity. And Buddha was like, no, this isn't religion. This is science of mind and matter. Okay? So in my anger and in my temper, because I still deal with temper and anger issues from time to time, that I'm working on those reflections of myself. I'm working on observation, no reaction. But as I always want to react, my thing is I always want to correct people. If I see that somebody's trying to do or say something that's wrong or it doesn't line up with my frequency, I always want to correct them and I want to show them, hey, no, this. But really, you don't need to do that even because you're expending very valuable energy that's really not worth it. So I think the best thing is observation, no reaction. Vipassana meditation stands for what you want. Vipassana stands for what reality is, not for what you want it to be, not for what you think it is. But Vipassana is a technique that teaches you what reality is. And we had a 9-day Asian noble silence, so we went inside, no speaking to anyone for 9 days. And the reason for the selfish act of going inside is so you could reflect. So you can go inside, so you can reflect on oneself. That's the reason for the Asian noble silence. It's tough because I'm a talker and I love conversation, so I talk a lot. But if you can practice that Asian noble silence, and if you do more of the observing, if you become more of the observer, you're going to start to see that you're going to be more properly aligned. You're not going to have to deal with negative energies. You're going to feel better. You're going to be of a higher vibration. You're going to be of a higher frequency. You're going to be happier. I always wondered what the old timers used to do when I was a kid. What the grandpas used to do, why they were so quiet all the time. I never understood why they were so quiet, and it just seemed like they were observing everything and they weren't reacting very much. I think people come to this point, this realization in time in their life where they realize all you're doing is wasting and expending a lot of valuable energy. You don't have to be reacting to everything. All you need to really do is be the observer. once you know this stuff and you start practicing it in your incarnation, in your reality, you start to see that you have less stress. You walk around lighter. You have a lighter head. You have a lighter persona. You have a lighter demeanor about you. People are more willing to talk with you and stick with the conversation longer if you're more the observer. Maybe our job isn't to correct everyone all the time. Maybe our job is just to observe, see what the reflection is in the other person, which is what I'm learning from my own experience. And I think that could help so much because everybody is so quick to react constantly. Well, what do you need to react for? What do you need to prove to the other person is the question. Why do you feel the need that you need to prove yourself to the other person? Right? He knows.